In 2015, I made my major league debut.
Swung on and hit in the air to deep right. That ball is going to be gone by Birdie in the right field bullpen.
My dream had become a reality.
Arriving in a big way here in the Bronx.
I felt a sense of belonging at the highest level.
And it looks like he's going to get his first curtain call.
As I prepared for my first big league season, something didn't feel right.
It's a torn labrum in the right shoulder. What does this mean as far as his development?
I was out for the season, and the road to recovery wouldn't be easy.
People probably look at Greg as a prototypical first baseman and don't see a lot of homers right now, and that's only going to get better as he gets older and gets bigger and stronger. A lot of people forget, I mean, this kid's only 20. He's pretty special.
Greg Bird was more than special. He put himself on the radar with Low A Charleston, where he led the team in hits, home runs, and RBI. But the first baseman had to battle adversity before his career could take off. In 2012, Bird struggled with a back injury that limited him to just 28 games.
Being shut down for a long period of time was tough, but I mean, you helped prepare me sort of too. I learned about myself, I had to dig down and then fight through that. And when I got back on the field, it just made it that much more worth it, and I enjoyed it even that much more because it was kind of taken away from me for that amount of time.
Little did Greg know, less than 3 years later, he'd be forced to call upon that very same lesson. After making his major league debut in 2015, Bird was poised to fight for a 2016 opening day roster spot. But injury struck again. A major injury that required surgery and would keep him sidelined for the entire season.
The rehab of a shoulder in particular is a tough rehab. It's not easy.
People probably don't realize how difficult it is for a professional athlete to be down with an injury and going through a surgical situation and a rehab.
Extremely frustrating, especially for a young player, because you think, you're missing out on your opportunity.
Just 2 weeks after the procedure, Bird was optimistic despite the daunting recovery that lied ahead.
It's a small bump in a long road, I think, so just one of those things you got to deal with, and it sucks not being able to go out with these guys right now and go to work every day, but it'll be a test of patience, which seems to serve you well in baseball.
Spring training was over. Reality set in. The 2016 season was well underway, and Greg Bird was on the outside looking in.
It's just hard for me missing baseball. Seeing your friends leave, your teammates leave, and you're here. I just felt like I was kind of out of the fight, which obviously I don't want to be in that situation. And so mentally, it's almost like you have to take a step back from what you're used to, and that's been difficult for me, but I'm not one to really cry myself a river. So it's just a situation. That's how I look at it. One that I'm sure I'll look back on and laugh a little bit, but right now you kind of got to just roll with it, deal with it, and move on and figure out a way to get through it and get better.
As Bird marched forward with his rehab, his surgically repaired shoulder gained strength. Soon thereafter, he resumed baseball activity, which culminated in a trip to New York, where in a sense, Greg would finally be able to reacclimate himself to baseball in the Bronx.
It seemed like I was away for so long, but then it's like the game's the same, so it's kind of a good reminder of just what I'm working towards and kind of the light at the end of the tunnel. But you really can start to see that light, and just being around baseball again, being in a clubhouse, gives me some motivation to work hard to get back. How's it going? Nice to meet you. How's it going today? Good? Yeah, I'm getting there. Hey, buddy, give me a high five.
You ready for the game?
I'll be ready. I won't be scanning tickets, though. Nice to meet you.
Look forward to you next year.
Oh, I'm excited.
It was clear Bird was mentally ready to take the field. However, he'd first have to pass the physical test, which came with a rehab assignment during Yankees Instructs.
Instructional league we had right after the season ended here. Bird played and he wore his Yankee jersey. You know, they all had just kind of more laid back jerseys that they were wearing, and he said, I've been waiting a year to put this thing on, and I'm wearing it.
His return to full health was now within reach, and Bird's next checkpoint came with an invite to the Arizona Fall League.
Greg Bird's right where he left off. The thing with Greg is when that guy touches the bat to the ball, you know, the ball just sounds different coming off that bat. There's a different kind of crack that a lot of guys out here don't have, and you see Bird and you realize what he's done and why he's there.
It looks like Greg Bird is on mid-season form right now, you know. It's impressive, you know, to miss a whole year and come out here and face very good competition, very good arms, and it's good to see him out here and having fun and performing.
I'm playing games and I feel good. I go home every day and I don't think about it. I always want to be competitive and always want to go out and do well every night. But here it's a little less about that and more about development, and for me about health and just getting my playing time, my bats. But honestly, I'm really excited to really work on my game this offseason. I haven't been able to do it really much the last two because I was dealing with this. So I have no doubt in my mind that I can go out and perform next year like I want to perform, and that's because my shoulder is healthy again.
Greg Bird was healthy. The shoulder had healed. After knocking off the rust during the Fall League, the former fifth-round pick entered 2017 spring training without limitations. While he would still have to compete for the first base job, it was obvious Bird was just happy to be back on the field with his teammates.
Woo! What a day, what a day, what a day, what a day, what a day. You guys got any dogs or anything? Yeah. I right now have a cat. His name's Mr. Delicious. He's in the line of Mr. Bigglesworth. Hey, James, happy birthday. Ah, the geese. Where's the big donut? There it is. No music bugs me. It just bugs me. Bumbo, I got you.
I'm gonna go get
you want any seeds? Music, man, music. Too quiet. The coolest thing about baseball for me is it's baseball. I mean, it sounds simple, but it just felt like baseball. The beginning of the year always is you get good butterflies, getting in the box again, and I don't think that'll ever change. So that's what it felt like to me. I mean, you take some time off and you gotta get used to just the routine of everyday baseball life again. So it's something that I'll pick up quick on again, and I already feel like I have. I'm right where I want to be, and kind of right where I left off in a lot of ways too.
Swung on, and that one is crushed to right field, and that one is gone. A 3-run shot this time for Greg Bird. He crushed that one.
Yeah, he didn't miss it.
The road to recovery for Greg was long and lonely. But in a game where injuries are far too often part of the storyline, where one misstep can potentially end a player's career, Bird's patience and perseverance serves as a blueprint for recovery. As he now enters 2017 with the everyday starting first base job in hand, there's no doubt that Greg Bird is back.
You can see more Yankees on Demand and scoreboard content by clicking here. And you can subscribe to our YouTube channel right here.